Hey family, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can find all the details in the description box below, or you can scan here for ease of access. Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It's timeless, it is love-based. We're back with our standard crush tap-in, right? We're going to see what your crush is thinking, their feelings, and their potential next moves. We have our fall theme, right? We're stepping into the spooky woo-woo season. I'm excited about all the new thumbnails that we have. And then we also, I have no idea what I did with my Moonology deck, right? The one that I use for every reading, for those of you that are familiar with the channel. But I do have the one that's brand new, the one that's just been in the cupboard literally for years. It's just been waiting for the other one to go away or just be destroyed so that we could open it. And even though I know the other one is going to turn up, I said, you know what? Let's get a fresh, crisp deck, okay? So I do want to get a little bit of a collective message and let this deck speak for the first time. I did thoroughly cleanse it, but I did not get a message. So I'll get us all a message from this before we get to the pile selection. One note, you guys really supported the skeleton key reading, right? Like a lot more than normal. So I know it's a spooky woo-woo season. I'll try to get you guys more of those. Also, the Swan that is gonna be pile one in this reading. I think we're gonna get another bird reading before the spooky season ends. I think we will, okay? So be on standby, especially if you're choosing that particular pile, okay? So let's get this message. I'm excited about the new crisp deck, which is hilarious because we could have used it at any time, right? So I'm using this as actually part of the channeled energy, right? Right when I sat down to do this reading, it's like a lot of commotion. You know, I like my natural light, so I like to be as close to a window as I can. And the dumpster, like the garbage truck was coming at a time that I'm just not used to. So it was like, okay, you're dumping the trash, something's cleaning out, brand new crisp deck. That's a message for something, right? And then like, I don't know, it just, me using this new deck just feels timely. So let me see what's going on. Give me a collective message for everyone selecting piles today. Also, welcome back to the group that like broke my nail. I have there was a pile where like I was like, oh no, like this nail is not gonna survive whatever happened, and it did not. So there we are, there we go. Believe in the impossible. We have the blue moon energy. I love that this is the first ever message for us from this new crisp deck. Blue moon could be a relevant time frame, or could simply be unlikely, I guess, blessings, miracles, whatever it is you want to call. So I love that this is the collective message. Let me see what ended up being on the bottom. We've got a waning moon and a releasing. I referenced the clearing out things and a fresh, crisp deck. Look at the winter time themes here. All right, look at us. Winter time will be monumental for this collective. Look at you, look at you. So we're gonna keep trucking along now with your actual crush reading, okay? For those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to choose based on me verbally describing each pile, the time is now. Pile number 1 is the colorful Swan Latte, okay? Pile number 2 is a golden colorful Rosetta, right? That's what it's called when it's the traditional design, okay? And then pile number 3 is a colorful heart piece shaped design latte. And then pile number 4 is kind of a floral colorful shade Kaleidoscope designed latte. All right, I will give you a moment to make your selection, and if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, Let's see, for my colorful swan design latte, what's your crush thinking, their feelings, and potential next moves. So for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read from a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey. All right, so let's see. The interesting thing about this pile, I do want to mention, I completely recorded it. It's a long story. I completely filmed this pile. It happened already, and I'm going to have to do it again. So I don't know how relevant that is to this person you're asking about, but you have a pile that's just sitting, that's not going to be used, done already. Okay, so let me just get an overview. Let me just get an overview for my colorful swan latte. Let's see. Let me get a good shuffle. What's your crush thinking, feeling, potential next move? For my pile, number 1, please. Hey, look at you with the chrysanthemum. I have one of those on a channel in the Secret Admirer readings. If that's your pile, that's your confirmation. If not, if you're interested, take a look at it. There is a playlist. Now, what's this person thinking? They're prioritizing abundance, whether that's just them seeing you as abundant and like really, like, I heard the word taking pride in that, being excited about it, or if that's just their headspace just generally overall, right? But something about you, it feels like abundance. I would definitely go to the Secret Admirer pile. Maybe there will be some clarification there. Let's see. There we go. I feel like the angle I'm using has a lot more space. We've got lavender and serenity. Yeah, something about this person, they just seem to see you, right? Like when it comes to thinking, like something about it, it just feels relaxed. It feels easygoing. It feels like all is well. So I mentioned light and shadow. I haven't gotten one of those yet. Okay, I have not. Not a shadow, because this just feels like someone that's at ease because they know that you are abundant, or they are at ease because they are currently feeling abundant, and it could be related directly to the connection or the potential for one. But it just feels like someone that's just kind of at ease, like not everything's gonna be fine, we're all good. Okay, so let me pull from the tarot. I'll get more clarification on that, and we'll go through those oracle decks. So tell me more about what my pile number 1's crush is thinking, what are they feeling, and what's their potential next move, please. Tell me about this colorful swan latte. That's an incoming energy of the Empress. Yeah, I mean, this is someone that's feeling good. Okay, like they feel great. The Empress, like here, is like very fertile with child. It could be literal, but it could just be birthing something new, something great, right? Like the Empress is ruled by the sign of Taurus. Taurus rules your stability, your self-worth, the things you value, all of your assets, your money, everything you would associate with abundance. And a lot of you here, while this person may be in this space, it just feels like that's how they're seeing you, especially if you're identifying as feminine here on my table. This person sees you as very easygoing, very abundant, just everything that you would associate with what someone would want in a quote-unquote feminine, especially. Okay, so look at you. They think you look good. They think you're doing well. They see potential. Like, they think you're great. I don't know what else to describe it. So let me get more cards and see. Tell me more about this colorful swan latte, please. What is the crush thinking, feeling, next move? I may get that. That's a 5th card. Yes, yes, yes. How would I have taken this? Yeah, I would have taken it. Yeah, okay. So, all right. Chaos, control, balancing out. So if there's been chaos, if there's been issues, this person seems to be balancing it out. The Knight of Pentacles is very much so patient, like that lavender card would imply when we talk about serenity and being serene. It just feels like it feels like someone that's really excited about you in a variety of ways, right? Like when we talk about the sensual, right? I'm trying to mind my language for YouTube, but like when we talk about sensually, like this is someone that's very stimulated by you. But they do see you as abundant, right? We've got the two energies, like the devil's ruled by Capricorn. That's more career, social status based. And I mentioned the assets here. We talk about someone being very grounded, very stable, okay? Especially where there's been chaos, right? We talk about juggling a lot of things. We talk about being overwhelmed and kind of borderline maxing out here, like working really hard. So like this person may see you as just someone that just really does whatever needs to be done, how like really prioritizes your abundance. Like that's just a thing. And what if that's you, if that's truly you, or you know this person sees you this way, it makes them feel very comfortable. It's making them comfortable with you. It's making them see you in a higher regard. So King of Swords. Now obviously we got the shadow, and the King of Swords did not bring the shadow. The King of Swords just happened to show up at that point. So if you know what, if this person or you identify as like a masculine air placement, right, and this is someone you know and are engaging, maybe that's an indicator of the shadow truly, because that was not intended. Like I didn't mean to like see the King of Swords and be like shadow, right? Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you're watching this real time, we just literally just stepped into Libra season, so that could be a dominant placement, but it just feels like someone that actually sees you as the opposite of that in the shadow sense. So be mindful of who you're dealing with and who you're asking about, because it would be someone that's like, I can rest easy because pile one is abundant, right? If that's the opposite of you, and I don't judge, there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's different lifestyles, there's different goals, everyone wants to live a different way. But if this person doesn't see you as like hardworking and such, that would be more of a shadow side, just because it just feels like someone that would be with that Ten of Wands, overwhelmed, having to juggle a lot, having to be in control, having to kind of like, right, support while you're kind of at ease and just chilling and enjoying things. Just watch it if that's more aligned with your thing. But I'm not gonna lean into it heavily. It came in, and you guys know if I see it, I'll let you know. We won't focus too much on it for time's sake, but if that is something that you're concerned about and you're not sure, I have a bunch of other readings on the channel to help support you. And if you would like, I am available for personal readings. You are going to be able to find everything you need to book that in the description box below. All right, tell me more about what my colorful swans crush is thinking, feeling, and the potential next move. That's way too much, but it is time to, okay, so we've got, it's time to release negativity and don't let your past hold you back. If you missed the intro, this is a brand new deck. I've never opened it. It's been in a cupboard for years because I knew that if something were to happen to the other one, that I wouldn't want to back up. And like years back, they went on sale or something, and I grabbed an extra one. So this is a brand new deck that we've never touched, fresh out the plastic. So just be mindful of that, especially when we're talking about shadow, okay? Yeah, new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So when we're talking about someone that's very active, right? When we know that this is a person that's very active on my table, their next move is something. It's going to be very active. I know I keep saying that word. I keep hearing active, active, active. That's why I'm doing that. This person's next move will be very overt, very direct, very clear, okay? Because it's time to take action. Is someone that's making a move. So we're talking pure crush, and this person thinks you're so great. They're like, no, I'm going for that Swan Latte. Gotta get to know the Swan Latte. Gotta get this person's number. Gotta get close to the Swan Latte, right? If this is someone that you're actively engaging, they're like, no, 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 I'm very sure that I want to like be like exclusive with the Swan Latte, and so on and so forth. Obviously, my shadow side would be someone being very direct and very clear about boundaries or whatever it is. I do have the Devil here, which is very much so a boundary card, okay? Especially when we talk about Knight of Pentacles, someone that's a little bit slow moving and such. Empress could also be that slow moving energy as well. I often associate that Knight of Pentacles with kind of a little bit Taurus energy, just because it's the slowest, one of the slowest signs, right? It's fixed and it's earth. It just drags. Taurus moves when it wants to. That could be this person or their perception of you, okay? So just be mindful of that when we're talking about it's time to take action. That might actually be what this person's thinking, like, hey, this Swan Latte needs to take action, right? And I'm going to make it very clear. So you're good enough, full moon and Virgo. So far we've got Taurus, Capricorn. I referenced those air signs. Virgo, Aries. Aries, this is the moon that happens in Aries, and this is the moon that happens during Pisces season, okay? So it's time to take action. You're good enough to do the things you need to be doing. This person may be thinking, and this could be shadow or lighter side. That's why I'm bringing it up, because the lighter side is this person sees some potential in you that maybe you may not be prioritizing. Like Serene could be just a little too easygoing or passive or unaware of the abundance available to you. Like if you have certain talents or skills, because Virgo rules like day-to-day work, right? And Aries is how we channel our energy, how we act. So it just feels like to me, this person's like, you're good enough to do whatever it is you need to do and be successful in the best and or worst way. So let me see at the bottom of your reset here is actual cardinal energy. I reference two cardinals, actually 3 of the cardinal signs are technically on the table, right? I've got Aries, mentioned Libra, I have Capricorn. Only thing that's missing would be the placement of Cancer, all right? Tell me more. Opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. That's good and or bad. I referenced that shadow. Obviously, you would know that that's the shadow. But in the good way that I'm seeing all of this energy on the table. It's someone that's like, I got to move. My confidence is up. Like, I'm good enough to pursue that colorful swan. Like, I'm so good enough for pile 1. Let me go forward. I'm going forward. I'm not going to let anything stop me with opposition. Like, it's happening. Like, I'm fighting for this, right? Regardless of the stage of the connection. Someone that's very active and making sure that they achieve this certain level of abundance with you. It's a very, very clear, direct energy on my table, regardless of what side. So if it does feel a little confusing, I'm wait it out a little bit, okay? Because I feel like it's going to be very clear. We've got Scorpio, which says intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. And you know what? Exposing and purging feels very, very clear, right? When we talk about transitions, transformations, changes that are necessary to make sure that a couple can be abundant together, to make sure that things are serene between two people, whether we're talking literal crush, like I'm just going to have to go for it, or early stage of connection of, you know, priorities and like how it works and compatibility, or established connections on where you're going to have to compromise. Like, that's where this person's head is. All right. So let me pull from these other oracle decks and we'll close it out, possibly with some advice, right? Let me get more clarification on what this person is thinking, feeling, next move. The next move is to be very clear about what they want, what they desire, right? And what's going to have to happen on both sides for that to be sustainable, okay? For better, for worse. All right, my pile 1. What's your crush thinking, feeling, their next move? Hey, listen, this person's got like money on the mind, for better, for worse, okay? I'm serious, because you got 2 abundance cards. I love to see it. I don't like to see it when we're talking about like chaos and conflict, but I love to see it, especially since we already have our first tarot card, which rules technically like money and abundance, right? Like, that's a thing. Look at you. Positive mindset, manifest, gratitude, bliss, and blessings. The most light side of this pile, this person feels great. They feel amazing. They see you as great. They see you as amazing. I'm actually about to sneeze. Wow. Okay. I'm going to put that down. See what's at the bottom. We've got addiction, codependent, obsession, restraint, possession, control, emotional block. That's that devil card. If addictions are something, like if you're the type that overindulges in any way, now it could truly be when we talk about assets, like, because I use the word addiction in the broad sense of what all falls into that category, right? It's a general reading. All of you have different situations, right? We have abundance 2 times. The letter A could actually be relevant. I'm realizing because we have it here a bunch of times. I noticed it. But when we're talking about overindulgence, right? Overindulgence is what leads to addictions, right? That could be a thing when we're talking about oppositions. That could be an issue, okay? It's a lot of indicators here. Now, it could be a literal addiction when we talk about like habits. Doesn't have to be clinical. It could truly just be someone that overindulges in some way, overspends, right? Over drinks, smoke too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even have to be something that one or both does on a huge, like, all the time. It just seems like there's something that's happening a little too often for the other to be comfortable, if that makes sense, okay? The lightest sense, addiction is someone that cannot get their mind off of you. Always on the mind, always on the mind. Think. Virgo does rule. When we talk about analysis and thinking in the mind, it's ruled by Mercury, which technically in the shadow sense could be overthinking. It's someone that's possibly fixated. When we talk about the devil, so like literally can't stop thinking about you. Okay, there we are. There we go. Let me pull. And that could be in the worst sense, like can't stop thinking about all the things that are bothering them that they're going to have to clarify. In the lighter sense is like figuring out what needs to happen to continue on this journey with you in the best way. So it's a clear energy, y'all. Like I'm down to my last like 3 decks before the advice. Like it's not anything else. Like this is what they're thinking about. Abundance. What's going to make them feel abundant with you? Is abundance with you possible? Is it what's best, right? So tell me, what's the crush thinking, feeling, next move? Letting go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Anyone that has a controlling issue, that's a thing. We've got the devil, I mentioned. We've got addiction, which can be that same energy. And we've got the direct indicator of those things. And I've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. In the lightest sense, it's like I'm going to release control and just go for it. I'm just going to allow myself to feel what I'm feeling for pile 1. Right? I like how pile 1 makes me feel. I'm so excited about pile 1. There's so much chemistry between the two of us, and I'm going to just release control and do what needs to be done. Again, whatever stage of the connection, all right? Okay. One more from here. Tell me what's the crush thinking, their feelings, and their next move for my colorful swan. Tell me, my colorful swan, what's your crush thinking, feeling? Yeah, look at you. It says best part. If life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. Okay. Ecstasy, I mentioned that energy, right? And best part is that conversation internally that they're having where they're like, am I being too controlling? Am I not being controlling enough? Are my boundaries too firm? Are they not firm enough? Like, how do we find a balance so that we're both feeling good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because this is what we're talking about. This person's wondering if you bring out the best in one another and how to continue to grow that. And if it's not a thing, right? That's a conversation. So ecstasy says your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. The feeling of pleasure is electrifying. This is what they're seeking, right? And not just feeling good sensually, but like, again, mind, body, and soul on all planes, right? Like that's the internal dialogue this person's having when it comes to you and your connection or potential for one. I'm going to pull my last one from this melanin pop, and I will get you some advice on what you should do regarding this crush. And how you may potentially respond to any potential actions they take. Tell me more about my pile 1, a colorful swan. What's the crush thinking, their feelings, their potential next move? All right, got one night stand, fast sudden connections, sex, positivity, and pleasure. Well, that's a loaded card. Literally the only one I need. I'll take the bottom in a second. So one night stand in the most light sense is I'm going for it quickly, and I'm going to establish, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say dominance or control because that's the words that are on the table. The word is position. Like, I want to establish position, right? Very quick. I want to go in and make sure pile 1 knows, like, I'm trying to be with them, especially long term, and that I want to be their only option. Right? That's the thing. Now, you got to watch it because I do see some of you that are connected, and I'll go back to the other side in a second. But if you're connected, some of you, this person may see it in a shadow sense as a one night stand that kind of is long past this expiration date. Like it should have been short term, it should have ended quickly, and it didn't. And maybe they're stuck or whatever. I don't know. There just seems to be a weird energy here that I'm not dead. I don't have time for that, but it's there. Okay. To help you sort through it. You know your situation with this person. Now, when we talk about one night stands on the lightest sense, this person's like, I want to get in there real quick. That could be good, that could be bad. So just know who you're asking about, know their history, know, like you gotta know who you're asking about, okay? Because this could truly be this person's intentions, right? Because they're gonna come in quick, right? There's a lot of sensual energy on the table. And if you're not looking for anything long term, then live your life. Okay, that's fine. But if you're looking for something else, you need to make it clear with this person. The good thing is I don't get liar vibes on this table. Like I don't get weird liar vibes from this person. They're going to make it very clear what their intentions are with you the moment that they act on whatever that is. So if this is the intention, they're not going to be weird and manipulative about it. They're going to see if you're down. If you're not, it is what it is, okay? This isn't the dominant energy in that sense. It's just saying very clear, very quick, hot and heavy, whether for the long haul or not. Okay. If anything, this particular card came out to kind of nudge that shadow side. Okay. All right. Especially those of you where it's like, if it's been a thing, something that started extremely casual initially, that's kind of the perspective, okay, that I led with that shadow one. I've got the Hermit, introspection, meditation, relaxation. I keep referencing this person's internal dialogue. I don't know if I normally call it that in these readings, but this person seems to have a weird, I say weird. It may be weird. I don't know. I wasn't intending to call them weird. They're having a very particular internal dialogue, like relaxation, serenity, something about this person. They seem to just be like, how do I get to a peaceful setting? Can I live in peace with this pile one? If pile one is going to take away my peace, then I don't know. Like that's kind of the conversation. Some of this person's thinking about their wanting to be single, wanting to be to themselves, right? Some of you, again, they're thinking about wanting to be single so they can pursue some of these. Like it's a thing. Let me just, the lightest of sense, this is someone that's like, I'm single. I wonder if pile one's single. I want to go see. Let me get advice and close you out so that we don't make this long and go down the rabbit hole. Like I said, those of you that have a lot of stuff here, whether it's on a lighter or shadow side, I have tons of readings that you can use for clarification. And again, if it's that serious, I am open for personal readings. So let me get your advice. Tell me about this colorful swan. What advice do you have for them regarding this crush? Alright, yeah, okay. Something about a chameleon changing and transforming. There's something that your message is to change and be a little more mature with your emotions, right? Maturing, everything slanted right is a maturing energy, and it's a matured, balanced emotions. It seems like this person wants peace, and I don't know if you're affecting it. You're affecting it regardless of side, right? On the lighter side, you're affecting it because they're like really stimulated by you and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. That's their problem, right? You just change, adapt, and balance your emotions in any way that could be negatively impacting this or any other area of life, because you got a lot of abundance on the table. On the shadow side, it's saying change and learn how to balance your emotions. This person's really trying to figure out a way to prioritize their peace, and that's a warning. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, my pile number one. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thanks for watching. All right, pile number two, my golden colorful Rosetta latte, right? We're looking at lattes today. We're looking at lattes today. I don't know why I forgot that we're looking at coffee. So that's interesting. Like, it's almost like the way that it came through just now was almost like this person forgot that you like something. Like, oh, I forgot you like coffee, or I forgot you like this, or like that's something they're thinking about. Like, so if they made a weird error, like, oh, I forgot Pao-Tu doesn't eat such and such or drink such and such, or like that's the thing. All right, that's a conversation that has happened, or like they're just, it's an internal dialogue. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna see what your crush is thinking, their feelings, and potential next moves. So for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read from a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. So let's see. Let me see what's going on with this golden, colorful Rosetta latte. Let me make sure I don't put the deck in reverse. It's something that's like, let me make sure it's not upside down. Hey, you know what? You know, my attention is being called to the bottom. So there's a prosperity, there's a page of pentacles, something about like feeling prosperous, getting an offer. Letter P could be relevant for some of you. I've been getting that. But I don't know, this person's feeling really good. They're feeling prosperous. They may have to get like a promotion soon or something like that. So look at them, look at you. Tell me more about, or at least they're anticipating. Like we're looking at their thoughts, not what's actually happening, right? Like they're thinking about it, or thinking they're gonna promote it, you're gonna promote it, something like that soon. If it works out, congratulations. Go to the non-love readings. You might get clarification there. Tell me more about this golden. Yeah, this person's feeling very confident regarding something. Very confident. So let me see what's at the bottom. Persistence. Yeah, something about you. They feel like they're really, what's the word I'm looking for? They're gaining traction, like they're gaining momentum, like something about it. It just feels like they're feeling persistent. They're feeling confident enough to be persistent towards you and or furthering the connection. Like just something about you. They're feeling like I don't know if that offer is something like you said to them that made them feel prosperous, or something they found out, because pages are messengers. It could be anything someone said or did that made them feel like, okay, there's some potential here with me and this golden, colorful, you know, Rosetta latte, because they're just feeling really confident in pursuing, okay, whatever stage of the connection that is. So let me see. Tell me more. My Pao-Tu. What's this crush thinking, feelings, potential next move? Potential next move is to confidently persist. Okay, confidently persist. We got an incoming energy of the 9 of Cups, getting what they want. Okay, getting what they want. Okay, finding personal fulfillment, making sure you feel good, right? I referenced the remembering you like certain things element, or forgetting and trying to remember. This person's like, I'm gonna make sure Pao-Tu feels so good that they definitely want to stay with me, that definitely want to deal with me, they're definitely gonna give me their number, because I'm gonna make sure they feel good. I'm gonna make sure they have everything they need. Like I'm gonna have their favorite snacks when they come to class. Like it's gonna be great. That's funny. That's really funny. But that's kind of this person's approach. Like I'm gonna like be very persistent. I'm gonna go in confidently, persistently, and make sure that like Pao-Tu knows I'm interested and that they feel really good about me. So that's where their head is. Okay. All right, that's my 3, and I'll take the bottom. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is a planner, especially I have the gym. So if you know this person from the gym, that's a very specific example, right? Otherwise it's an analogy, but this person's like, yeah, no, when I go to the gym, I'm gonna be super helpful, make sure that like Pao-Tu sees me doing good, make sure that I help them and make sure they feel good at the gym. I'm giving pointers. Like I don't know, that's the thing. Okay, especially since we have hobbies here. That's definitely a thing, especially when we have someone that's very slow moving and diligent. Like this is someone that's like, no, I know exactly how I'm gonna move, and it's gonna work because I take my time. I figure out what Pao-Tu likes, what Pao-Tu wants, what Pao-Tu doesn't like. So like everything I do is gonna be right with that 9 of Cups, because I'm so great. It's just funny like that. I don't know if the I'm so great thing is in this person's head, but we do have a Queen of Pentacles here. We do have a Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. At the bottom, I've got the Magician. Alrighty. Lots of material plane based action. Okay. Like you got all kinds of earth signs on the table. That would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The Magician is ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So we've got both signs technically ruled by the planet of Mercury, which talks about all of the communication and the thinking and the planning and the strategy. Like that's what this person's thinking. Like when we talk about pure crush, it's someone's like, yeah, I'm going to orchestrate the situation and make sure that like Pao-Tu says yes, it's going to be great. I think it's funny because it's a lot and it's cute, but it's like, rather than just like go for it, this person's like, no, I'm going to butter up Pao-Tu first, then I'm going to go for it. Like I'm going to make sure Pao-Tu likes me, then I'm going to like go in and make the move. It's funny. So tell me more about this colorful or golden Rosetta latte for my pile number 2, please. What is this crush thinking? Feeling potential next move. We've got a blue moon. Believe in the impossible. I'm telling you, it feels like an energy of I'm so great. I'm so special. I'm going to make sure Pao-Tu sees me as great and special. Like I'm actually kind of hearing the words, I'm going to treat Pao-Tu better than they have ever been treated before, even if they don't know what that means, right? Like they feel very, very confident. Like it's a very self-assured personality that stepped onto my table. It's fun. It's not necessarily arrogant in a shadow sense. It could be. I don't get a heavy shadow. I don't want it to come in. I don't want to invite it in. But it just feels like someone that's like, no, I'm really confident. Like I'm gonna be so different, so unique. Like, and even if it's a long shot, even if like it's gonna take a miracle to get Pao-Tu's interest, doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be very successful. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that's the dialogue, this person's internal dialogue. So let me see the bottom. We got the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. You know what? This actually feels like someone that's like, and I don't know if this is going to be relevant for all of you because the Magician feels like someone that's really orchestrating, someone that has, I don't say power or authority. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like skills. It feels like certain skills, certain talents, certain ability to change or affect something, right? So I don't know what that is because it's going to be broad in general. You're all living unique experiences. But it just feels like if there's something specific that you want or need, right? Like when we talk about a personal issue reaches resolution and it being potentially impossible, this person's like, it's going to work out. Whether it's their life or yours, it's like, no, it's going to work out because like I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it works out. And like if it's something that they can support you on, because it feels like someone that's like, no, I'm going to make sure that Pao-Tu feels like this 9 of Cups. I'm going to be very persistent about it. So if there's something they feel like they can help or support you with, like they're going to completely take advantage of that and be like a wizard with the Magician card. Like, no, I got this, right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some random instance that's mundane and not like super crazy that this person could do. Like, for example, if you, I don't know, the gym you go to doesn't have the equipment that you like to use. It went away, it broke down or something. This person's gonna be like, you know what? If you meet me here, I'll drive us across town to the other gym. Like, you know what I mean? Just something, like I'm giving you mundane examples. It could be as big or small as like, you know, this person. It just feels like someone that's like, no, I'm gonna manipulate this and use it to my advantage to get close to Pile 2. Whatever that is. Okay, so let me get more energy here with this person. This very, very confident, self-assured person. My Pile 2, my golden, colorful Rosetta latte. What is this crush thinking? What are they feeling? And what's the potential next move? Angelic support, harmony, perfect flow. Like this person's gonna be like, they're gonna overextend. Period. The end. They're gonna try to be super helpful as they can. It feels like overextending. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We've got Chiron at the bottom, which says hurt and heal. Chiron is where it's the wounded healer, especially if like there's something Like if there's a way that they can support you in a way that they've like struggled before, I'm going to use the gym example. Like if you're early in your fitness journey and like they're already like they're years in, they're like, let me make sure I support Pao2 on this journey. I'm going to train with them. I'm going to like give them like all of the dietary whatever like I'm doing, because I know I've been there, and like I'm going to connect with them through that similar trauma. Like, I don't know, this person's chaotic. They seem harmless. They don't seem chaotic in a crazy way. They just, it's funny, okay? And then we've got Mercury, which says think, learn, network, and communicate. I reference technically both energies that are ruled by this planet being on the table. So here you are, here you go, your confirmation. It's the thinking and the strategy and the communicating of all of the things, right? It's the planning, the organizing, right? Gemini rules like localized community energy, like smaller towns, communities, like more concentrated, right? Virgo rules your day-to-day tasks, your routine, the mundane things you do to stay alive. So those are the things that are ruled by Mercury. So I don't know, it just feels like someone that's going to try to like help you overextend, or just I say overextend. Persistence and Nine of Cups just feels like that. It doesn't have to be an overextending. It just feels like something that may mean something to you, or may feel like overextending to you, even if this person doesn't see it that way. So just mind your energy. So let me pull from these other decks. My golden, colorful Rosetta Latte. What's your crush thinking? Their feelings, their next moves. I got the itchy nose. Haven't gotten that in a while. Wow. That may be your confirmation for some of you, okay? Golden, colorful Rosetta Latte. What's the crush thinking? Feeling, potential, next move. All right. So I was going to say, and that card probably is a confirmation, I did not get a shadow. So you know how shadows are not bad. Like people are like, oh, I don't want the shadow. Y'all get scared and upset. Shadows are good because they're clear. Like, man, I don't say clear. Shadows are good because it means that this person is at least engaged, right? Like if they're engaged in a negative sense, that there's potential, whether even if it's just to close the cycle with a person, they're engaged in some way. There's no shadow in this pile at all, because it just feels like if you're asking about someone that there would be a shadow with, they are not engaged at all. Like they're not even thinking about you. And I was thinking that, like, not in a mean way, but it came through like, okay, make sure they know, like, there's no shadow here, because the person they're asking about that would be any shadow, they're just not engaged. Like there's no thinking. Okay. I don't get that often. So I don't know who you're asking about, but they're not thinking about you at all. And then, like I said, I got my card and the coffin flipped up, right? It says new beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition, tragic endings. If this is you and or this person, like that, like it's not a thing, okay? I got a bunch of like indicators. The letter C could be relevant here. I've got it all over this place right here. But if you're asking about somebody like where it would be a shadow, and you know that because you know who you're asking about all the time, it's not a thing, okay? So, because I only have a lighter side here where this person's excited. They're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm confident. I'm going to be persistent, right? Because obviously the polar opposite of persistence is completely disengaged. Like we have an all inside and an all outside, if that makes sense. You've got girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable, boundaries. So that's your confirmation for the shadow side. Shadow side, a completely disengaged person. We talk about boundaries and just a dead, closed cycle. Now, it's funny because some of you on the lighter side, this person's like, no, Pao2 is playing hard to get. Like if you're not, or if you are, this person's perceiving you as playing hard to get a little bit. And I've got the clock. Yeah, letter C is definitely like a reference, okay? But we've got needing time, cycles, takes time, time to heal, progressing. So, I mean, yeah, this is a person that's like, yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know who you're asking about, even on the lighter side. They don't feel like you're engaged. They're like, no. I just need a little time to work on Pao2. That's hilarious to me, because that's why your card here is persistence. It's like, I just need some time, right? I just need some time. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so that's interesting. If you're not playing hard to get, I get a vibe. My Queen of Pentacles here can be very cold, can be very dry. Okay, as can the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles, that's my two personalities on the table. They're very slow moving. Either of those could be perceived as disengaged, and this seems like someone is like, no, I'm gonna do what I need to do to get pile 2 to open up. So it doesn't have to be as chaotic as like, oh, acting disengaged, playing hard to get. This person's just like, this is a person with boundaries. It's a person that's kind of cold, a la coffin, that they don't just open up to anybody, right? Blue moon, like it's going to take some time to open them up, especially if they perceive you as being like someone with trauma, right? I see that on the table. All right. Tell me more about my pile number 2. My lighter side, what's the crush thinking, their feelings, and more on these overextending actions this person's planning to take for my pile number 2, please. There we go. Hey, listen, it is a very busy energy on the table. This is a very active, very busy person, okay? And I don't mean just their personal life. They could be, it feels like someone with a lot of energy, but they're very active mentally when it comes to you, and they 100% plan to like be active on the material plane, however they're gonna do that. Okay, when we talk about that chaos, we have family and friends. The support of family and friends may help strengthen this connection. So they're gonna rely on everybody that like they feel like could connect you with them. Like when we talk about your friends, we talk about your gym buddies. Like if you're at the coffee shop and like they see you with your friend all the time, they're gonna ask your friend about you when they don't see you with a friend. Like, that's the thing. If you know any family members of theirs, because again, you're all at varying connections, okay? Like if you know this person's friend, family, whatever, that seems to be a way in. I guess I don't know another way to describe it. We've got accountability on the table. I was gonna say floor. Oh no. It says someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors allows you to move forward. Now, some of you, this person's thinking about their friends, thinking about like they may have friends and or family where this is a thing. That's like, are you gonna do the thing? Like, how are you gonna do the thing? Especially when we talk about slow moving energy, right? I know this isn't a friends whatever reading, but it came out like friends that are like holding them accountable, like, okay, but did you do it? Are you talking to pile 2? Or like, how are things going with pile 2, right? And they're kind of like mapping out their next move in that sense, okay? That non-existent shadow is kind of a, like, I don't really know how to describe it. Like, it just feels like I don't know. I'm getting a weird energy that I'm having trouble deciphering, probably because it's not the forefront of my mind. There's something about accountability when it comes to friends and family regarding you and this person that you're asking about on the most shadow side. So I don't know what that accountability with friends and family is, but it just doesn't seem like an engaged person, if that makes, like, it's just not, like, it doesn't exist. Tell me more about my pile number 2. I'm actually going to step away from that non-existent shadow. It's the most bizarre shadow I've ever read on my table. I say bizarre. It's just someone that's not engaged. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really to get. If anything, friends and family stuff on the table. If anything, it feels like, okay, like if you're asking about someone that like that I talked about, it feels like to help get you some answers, because I am a reader that tries to get you some answers. It feels like more of an accountability with the family and friends. It's like, okay, you're not getting this person's thoughts because they're like, they genuinely are not thinking about you. But when we talk about family and friends, there seems to be some type of issue with accountability. Okay, so tell me more about this golden colorful Rosetta. Oh, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I'm going to put this on Chiron, which is a thing. Feels like someone that's moved on in the most shadow sense, like genuinely moved on. Like I don't say, like, I hate repeating that, but it's a thing. Like I want to emphasize that since you're getting a reading on someone like that, okay? On the shadow. Lighter side, it's like dealing with your trauma, right? Like if you seem wounded, like this person's trying to like get through it. Because I got both reverse and incoming. Let your friends help you. Again, on the lightest sense, this person seems to know, because I was gonna say believe, but they genuinely, like, it feels like in their mind they know, like, I'm gonna need friends and or family support when dealing with pile 2. The end. Okay, now that shadow is obviously that reversal of the friends are not interested in helping you when it comes to this person. Because I think it's weird that I got the flip-flop on the non-existent shadow of, okay, there's people, friends and family that are like, there's something accountability wise with you and this person, forgiving and learning, they're not going to help you with that. So like if you were trying to see this person's thoughts on the shadow side, like because you were trying to get close, you were trying to see if you were going to like connect via friends and family. I don't know what happened, I don't know how it ended or what you did, but like the friends are not having it. If anything, girl with a snake feels very hostile, okay? Like time is not gonna make that a thing. All right, I don't want to leave that like that because I don't want to prioritize the shadow. But again, my lighter side, it feels like someone that's gonna need friends and family. If this is a crush where there might be distance, because we do have ending, they're like, okay, let me see if I can connect via friends, right? All right, let me get my last deck. I'll get you some advice and we will close you out. My final message from my pile number 2, my golden colorful Rosetta Latte. It's my final message for what this crush is thinking, their feelings, and next move. Gonna be through friends, gonna be through family, okay? Very much so. Gonna be very, very active, very, very persistent, okay? Tell me, what's that? Old school, accountability in the best way on my lighter side, right? We've got vintage, chivalrous dates, courtship, and photos. So old school is a very traditional pursuit, right? Going through friends, going through family that they may know and that you mutual connections, things like that. Since you got it here twice, but like, honestly, the sweetest thing is like over time, this person genuinely believes that if you have like a hard exterior, they're like, over time, I'm going to soften them up. Like they're going to soften up. I promise you, I'm very confident that if I'm persistent, once I get my hands on pile 2, like I'm going to soften them up. They're not going to be like person with a snake. Like they're not going to be like coffin killed. They're going to like soften up, like old school, be happy, feeling good with the 9 of cups. Like that's seems to be the energy. This person thinks they're the magician. That's cute. I like it because it feels like someone that's really trying to they feel like they're really engaged. Like they feel like they like you and like they want to get to know you for real, because this seems to be a type of person that's like, you know what, I like pile 2 because they're not like open with any and everybody. Like I know that once I have pile 2 engaged, they'll truly be engaged with me because like they're not easy to get your hands on them. You know what I mean? Like this person doesn't want a partner that's easy. So that's what they like, okay? I've got revenge here. Newness, revenge, body, luxury, reaching goals, sudden success. I've not gotten a pile like this with a non-existent shadow. So the person like that's like not thinking about you. I hate doing this because I don't, like, I'm not that kind of reader. I don't care enough to be all like, leave this person alone. You know what I mean? But like I have to say it because on that shadow side, this person actually seems to be connecting with someone in a more traditional sense, right? Like they're not engaged with you because like it feels like they've just kind of moved beyond whatever you're asking about. And like it actually seems like a very like a revenge glow up energy. Like the friends are not going to help you because this person's doing really, really well, okay? And they might be doing really, really well in a connection. That's what it looks like, okay? Now, the lightest side of my pile, this person's like, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great thing. It's going to be a very exciting thing when I stabilize with pile 2. Like, going to look so good together. Everybody's going to be jealous of us as a couple. Like, this person is hilariously confident, okay? Like, they are. I don't know who you're asking about. So let me close this out. Because it is. It's like we're going to be the best couple. Everybody's going to want to be like us. Like, I don't know. It's funny and chaotic. So tell me, give me my advice for my pile number 2, please, regarding their crush. What do we want our pile 2 to do? Okay, it slipped right in my hand. Passion. Okay. So if you are really hard and just don't the person is very confident in a way that I feel like my personality type that is on this table might be a little annoying. They feel a little loud compared to your boundary. And it could be them, it could be reversed, but I'm reading it this way. It just feels like there's very cold personality on my table, very serious personality that may be guarded and wounded. You're being told to step into a little bit more passionate energy. You're being encouraged towards passion. Heal and in good fortune. It feels like the crush, because this is your crush, and your crush seems to think like, oh, you're not interested, or you're going to be hard to get a hold of, and you're super guarded, but you're watching pick a card readings for them. So it's like, you really like this person because you're spending that like 30 minutes watching this reading. So don't be extra, like, I mean, don't be easy, but like, don't make it hard, I guess. I don't get it. So that is all I have for you today. My pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3. Let's see, for my colorful heart peace sign designed latte, what is your crush thinking, feeling, and potential next move? All right, so for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read from a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself and the lesson and the journey. This is my group. You're coming from secret admirer readings. This I know, or it could just be an indicator that your crush is secretly admiring you. This may be my group. Like, they're thinking, they know they're like admiring you in whatever form that means and is likely to be in, right? You're all living different experiences, whether it's like this person kind of watching you across the classroom, for those of you that are in school, this person kind of like passing by, like if you work together, they're making a point to go the way they know you're at, or like if they're making a point to be where they know you're going to be because they're hoping to see you, or if it's online, like it just feels like an admiring thing. And I got the thing that's happening, that means something is really good that is going to happen. So I do see a very strong light side of this pile already channeling in, and I don't know, the positive side of this pile is going to be really positive, and you can expect something positive to happen soon. I don't normally say that before I pull cards, but this is that group. Like, something positive is going to happen with you and this person soon. Okay, let me see what's at the bottom here. We've got appreciation and the sunflower. So you may be coming from the sunflower pile. Something about yellow is a thing. Let me get these cards. Tell me, from my heart peace latte, what is the crush thinking? What are they feeling? What's the next move? Give me an overview for this group, please, so we can see what my pile 3's crush is thinking, feeling, next move. What's all of this incoming positive light? Because it's like it's a really happy, warm, incoming vibe. Hey, look at them. They want to be friends. Oh, that's sweet. I'm funny. Just because I felt like the energy coming in like this would have already been a friend, right? So some of you, this is a pure crush. This is the person that is going to extend a branch. I heard the word olive branch of friendship. They want to be friends and see where it goes. Okay, that's what they're thinking. That's what they're thinking. Tranquility is, they think that's the smoothest, most easygoing approach. So when talking about my pure crushes, they're like, yeah, no. Like, I'm gonna, the most easygoing way to do it, like the way to do it where I don't seem excessive, is to be friends. I heard some of you, I'm actually mirroring you. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel like some of you, I heard I'm reading you. So I don't know what that means. It could mean a variety of things. Maybe we'll see, but I got a very distinct, some of you, I'm reading you. So just sit tight. We'll see what that means, or maybe pick a different pile. But my pile number 3, easygoing approach of like, let me just be cool about it. I'm gonna try to be friends with pile 3. Right? It's funny because I mentioned olive branch of like friendship, easygoing way, but you did pick like the peace symbol looking heart. So it's like, yeah, you know, like let's just keep it easy. Let's not work too hard. Let's not be chaotic. It's funny because it's like it's almost like a contrast to pile 2, but same energy, just different approach, right? You got the 12 hanged 1, which is a hangman, which, you know, hangman is like surrendering. Like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna be real easy. I'm gonna be really easygoing about it. Like, I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna like go too hard. I'm just gonna like be nice, try to be friends, see what the vibe is with pile 3, right? See if they're interested in me, right? I'll be able to tell if I go in really smooth like that. Okay. And what I think is funny is we're talking about like, I'm channeling the secret admirer and all of the things, right? Hanged man is ruled by Pisces, which rules the 12th house of all of the secrecy things. Like, it rules secret admirers, right? It's like all of that hidden stuff, the confusion that you can't quite see what's going on beneath the surface. That's what all of this here rules. So I think it's interesting that your first card came out referencing that, right? It also references the sneaky approach of this person does not want to be friends with you. I think it's funny because this person does not want to be friends with you. And I don't mean that in a shadow. I mean that in a, they want more and they're just trying to not be chaotic about it. Yeah, exactly. 2 of Cups. This person wants to be like having coffee with you every morning. They do not want to be friends with you. Holding hands, okay, with the 2 of Cups. And secretly so, whether or not they tell you that directly, okay? If anything, this combination feels like someone that's like, I'm just gonna sneakily end up with pile 3. Like, I'm gonna go in with friends, and before pile 3 knows it, we're gonna be together. That's so sneaky. I mean, because it's fine because it's your crush, but if this was not a crush, that would not be a good thing on my table. But you're asking about someone that you're interested in, so it's fine, okay? Got the 2 of Pentacles, talk about balancing and juggling. This person seems to think that you'd be down for that. They seem to think that you are on the same page about like, let's just take it slow. Because this could just be take it slow and start as friends, right? Like, let's take it slow, let's start as friends. We'll see where it goes. We won't go in with all of these chaotic expectations that make things conflicted. We'll just go in, see how we get along as friends, and then, you know, I think it's gonna work out with the 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. We'll balance each other out well. Just super smooth. We got the 10 of Swords though. I know this is a deck that has like a lot of tattoos or whatever, but someone here is actively getting a tattoo, so that could be relevant. But this person, let me see. Some of you, if this is a friend, right? I laughed because I was like, this may, some of you, I thought you were already friends. If you're already friends, this person's really worried that they're gonna ruin the friendship by letting you know that they're like how much they like you if they haven't already. And if they've already told you, and like whatever your response was, this person seems really concerned that they may have ruined the like friendship, and they're trying to figure out how to like do damage recovery, like how to like smooth things over for the friendship. So I don't know who you're asking about or what you did or how you reacted when you found out, or if this person hinted, I don't know. But that seems to be some 10 of Swords chaos or fear of devastation. All right. Tell me more about my pile number 3. Next piece, heart, latte. What is this person thinking? Feeling, potential, next move. All right. Some of you, this person feels you friend zoned them, okay? We've got South, no, don't let your past hold you back. Some of you, this person doesn't seem to think that you can get beyond thinking, like you can't see them beyond the friendship, okay? So if this is like, I don't know who you're asking about or how you're asking or phrasing the question for you personally, but this is a crush that does not feel like you like them. They feel like they're a friend. They feel like they're friend zoned. They're feeling like they're stuck in the easygoing friend category, okay? Don't let pride get in your way with the full moon in Leo. I don't know if you have a pride thing or if they have a pride thing. But it feels like don't let your past hold you back. Don't let pride get in your way. It could be fear of progression. If you have a bad history with connections with friends, then that could be a thing that's here. Because some of you, this person's, you know what? Some of you, this person's thinking like not only just the friendship and the friend zone, because that is one subset of the group. There's another group that's like, I'm going to have to go in as a friend to keep it easygoing, to not make it chaotic, because something about pile 3's past, they're not gonna have it if I go in like trying to date them directly. I don't know what y'all got going on and how you're acting with these crushes, but how dare y'all come here asking me about these crushes and you're being weird with them in real life. Stop that. Stop that. Okay, let me see. Like, you sit here all this time and watch these readings and then you act weird in real life. So let me see. Yes, I am scolding and fussing. We've got house 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. We've got house 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So this is definitely a person, they're thinking like, okay, I need to make sure that pile 3 sees me as like really like a quality partner. Like I need to make sure they see me as stable with the 2 of Pentacles and the house 10, like that I'm doing good in my career, that I have a good reputation. They need to see me as accomplished. They need to see me as self-sufficient and self-assured. Like they need to see, because house 1 is how people see you, right? Like these 2 in combined are exactly how you're viewed in the world. This is how you look and how people assume you are at first glance, whether they know you well, like before they get to know you well, right? Like this is how you come across immediately, and this is just your reputation. So this person's like, I need to make sure that pile 3 sees me very highly, especially if they have a past. Like it's a thing, okay? It's a huge thing. So I don't know what that is. And some of you, maybe that's why you friend zone them. We got opposition here, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. Okay, I mean, I guess if there is a history or whatever, like I'm not going to judge you for that. But I do stand on that, what I said earlier of you guys come here and watch these long readings for these people and then act weird when you see them in real life. So there's a conflict though when we talk about perception, because this is perception, like how this person is perceived and how they feel you perceive them. Okay, there is definitely a conflict. So let me pull from these other cards. They seem to be ruminating a little bit on it because they're like, no, I gotta take it real slow. I have to go in as a friend, or I need to continue with friendship and just make sure that pile 3 really knows who I am before so that they don't reject me. Tell me more. You know, full moon in Leo is like the Leo energy is your personality, right? But this full moon happens during Aquarius season, which is kind of all of your networking and all the things, like basically all of the relationships you would have that complement you here. Okay, we got the golden mirror, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. Yeah, I mean, some of these persons, they think it's one-sided. They don't think that you're interested at all. They don't. It's not like that, at least. And a lot of you, this person fears you see them this way. Like something about the way this person feels like they're perceived, like the way that this person feels you perceive them is like, oh, you would only want to be friends with them for the sake of peace, because like something about it, like 2 of Pentacles could be someone that juggles a lot of like partners and things like that. Like I don't know, just 10 of Swords just feels like not gonna happen. Okay, like they feel like you see them in this way. I don't know why or what would happen. We do have the butterfly, evolving, growth, next phase, healing, inner child, releasing the past. A huge past. Okay, so this person's worried that their past is going to affect their potential for a future with you, whether you two have mutual past that I'm not digging through, or if this person just genuinely has a past. When we talk about like reputation and things like that and how they're perceived, like they're really concerned about the past. Okay, and that's holding them in a bind, and they feel like it may be holding you in a bind. Okay, so let me pull, I got 3 more decks and then I'll get you some advice. Tell me more about this person. Again, they feel like they're leading with friendship, or expanding friendship, or going to stick with just friendship and hope for the best. Okay? Tell me more about my pile 3. Memories past. Oh my gosh. Past. It's like on my table 3 times already in 4th. Right? Memories. Someone is walking down memory lane at this time. It's okay to reminisce about the past by looking at old photos or messages. If this is someone you haven't seen in a while, they're definitely thinking about you. They definitely miss you. They're definitely reflecting on you because past. Oh my gosh. So much past. Okay? I mentioned the secret admirer. The mirror and the camera feels like someone is actively observing you and seeing you in some way. I don't care if it's distance. I don't know how. There's someone that's actively observing you in some way with the golden mirror and that camera, okay? Here's the thing, okay? You got self-love. As you love who you are, you become more confident in your relationships and with yourself. Self-love feels like someone that wants to be seen in a higher regard. Like something about this person, they want you to see them as someone that loves themselves, respects other people, right? Because they see you as someone that really loves yourself, right? That just wouldn't go for certain things. And I don't know what this person, how they live or how they have lived. It just doesn't seem like they're not feeling optimistic, so much so that they're like, okay, let me just try to be friends with pile 3. Okay? That's what it is. So that's what it is. Tell me more about what is this crush thinking, feeling, like moves. They make a move is going to be friendship, extending friendship, something like that. And to make sure you see them as really positive. Like this, like it feels like PR and damage control. Like, and I know that, but like with social settings, like that's what it feels like, because it doesn't feel like this is a person that believes you see them in a high regard. Some of you, I mean, it could be a friend that you just know a little bit too well, right? People get really comfortable when you're friends, right? You start seeing the way that they interact in relationships and things like that. Like I could see that being a thing here. So love yourself first. Yeah, self-love, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Now, this could be someone that's like, I got to get myself together before I pursue pile 3. This could be someone that knows that you are going to prioritize yourself and your peace. And that's why we have all of this extra hard, like, let me tread lightly, right? Energy. But your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I get a strong energy of with all this past energy. You seem like very unfamiliar. We do have that Pisces energy here. You're very different from what this person is used to dealing with on a romantic level, in a good way. Like in a self-love, like prioritize yourself way, right? Like this seems to be a person that is used to people that would just kind of do whatever, and it can tell you just would not. Okay, like you would not. We've got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So free yourself, self-love, love yourself first. It seems like someone that thinks you're just going to prioritize yourself. You're going to say no. You're going to say absolutely not. And if it's a friend that feels like they overstep the boundary by like admitting how they feel like you're going to like love yourself first. Like you're going to stay to yourself. Like you're going to distance yourself from them. Okay. Some of you, this is someone that feels like you want to be single. You want to prioritize yourself and all the things you have going on. So they're going to lead with friendship, because it could be a situation where we're talking about timing, right? Especially when people are closing cycles and dealing with their past. I could see that, okay? So let me see. This is my last deck, and then I'll get you some advice regarding this person. Final message from my pile number 3 regarding their crush. What's the crush thinking, feeling, potential next move towards my pile number 3, please? All right. There might be some distance, or they may feel like you're going to take distance, they're going to take distance. Ooh, the shadow came through. I was not even thinking about it. Some of you, this is just someone that's not as into you as they feel like you're into them. They're going to want to just be friends. And they're hoping your past doesn't limit that, if that makes sense. And I say that in a very like manipulative way. Like this is someone's gonna be like, oh, let's just be friends, but really they don't intend to be friends either. They just, that's the way of like going about it amicably, like, oh yeah, no, like let's just be friends, go back to being friends or whatever. But really they're not. Ten of Swords, right? It's not really a thing. Because the shadow side of this pile is of someone that you might want to watch it. Because this person knows you're not going to go for certain things. Like the shadow side is not necessarily a shadow of they're not into you. It's a shadow of they are into you. And they know like you're a certain type of person that what they're used to doing won't work with you. You get what I'm saying? So just be cognizant of who you're asking about. It feels like on the most shadow sense, someone that's trying to work their way around that. Like figuring out how to go around that. Like how to go around your boundaries and things like that. Yeah, we got that fluidity. See? That flexibility, that ambiguity here. You know? So watch it. Tell me what's the first thinking, feeling, and next move for my pile number 3, please. I want you to see them as mature, as self-aware, as very strong, very powerful. Where's my where am I gonna put this? It threw me off. I didn't have this many from this deck. I normally take one. Yeah, they want you to see it's experience, it's like hardworking, it's routine. Like this is like routine energy of like, this is what I do day to day, right? Like this is my schedule. I'm very mature. I'm very self-aware. I've grown as a person. I love myself. Like obviously watch it from the shadow side, but there is a lighter side where it's like, no, like it's a genuine thing where there's a certain perception that may or may not be true. All right, so I'm gonna get you advice because the energy here is very interesting. We'll see what comes out, and then you got a couple minutes. You're a couple minutes shorter than the other piles. Let me see for my pile number 3. I'll tell you what, something about the number 2. I know this is pile 3, but something about the number 2. So what I'll do is, because this deck took 2 and it's the first time that today that's happened, I'll put one on the left, one on the right. The left will be I don't know, I'll take I'm hearing shadow. Okay, so the left will be the shadow advice, the right will be the lighter advice. There y'all go. Okay, and this was leaning towards the light. I know I did it backwards, but let me just see what the overall bottom is. Overcome fear. Don't be afraid of anything, right? So overcoming fear. There we go. Overcoming fear means to kind of follow your intuition. Right? Like don't be afraid of being wrong, I guess. So what is the advice for the shadow? Magical power. We've got that dragonfly spirit. Okay. Overcome fear, and like magical power is very active energy, like being very active in your boundaries, active in what you do and don't want. That's kind of what I'm getting. So that's your advice on that shadow side of being very active in understanding and interpreting energy that's sent your way. And then the lighter side is cut ties. Did I do that backwards? I might have done that backwards. Overcome fear, cut ties. You see what I'm saying? It's a really weird energy. Because I said lighter side on the left, right? Shadow on the left. Like we got to start over. See, that's what I'm saying. Something about this pile. You may be asking me about 2 different people. How dare you throw me off like that? Some of you are asking about 2 people, and how dare you? Not because I don't want you to do that. I mean, I don't care. But it confused me for a second because I didn't know what was going on. And I crossed your people. Why are you doing that? Let me see. Tell me give me my advice for my lighter side of my pile, please. There we go. Don't be prideful. You're misinterpreting this person on the lightest end. Okay? You're misinterpreting this person. That's why they're in the pile with the shadow, like with this I hate that word, that kind of narcissistic personality, because you're misinterpreting this person's energy. When we have resilience, don't be too hard, right? That's my lighter side. Don't be too hard. Don't let pride get in your way, because you may be misinterpreting this person's energy. And they're the lighter side because they know, like, let me just be easygoing and go in genuinely as friends so that pile 3 can know me. Like, know me for real versus what they think or hear, whatever, okay? Now, let me tell me about this shadow side. Yeah, because use your knowledge, okay? And then, obviously, the shadow, run away. Run away, run away. Towards something that's going to be much more fulfilling for you. You know who you're asking about. And if you don't, we mentioned, you're going to see this is someone that's going to try to get to know you. Pay attention to people's actions. Like, if this is someone that's genuinely getting to know you and building a relationship, like a friendship, then obviously you're on the lighter side. If you feel like someone's leading you and manipulating how you see them, you know when people are manipulating how you see them, right? Pay attention to those types of things, okay? This is a pile of needing discernment. So that is all I have for you today, my pile number 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 4, my floral, colorful, kaleidoscope designed latte. Let's see what your crush is thinking, their feelings, and potential next moves. So for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read from a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. All right. So let me see what's your crush thinking, what's their feeling. Some of you, this person's tired. Like, I got a wave of, I don't feel like doing pile 4. It's interesting. Like I got a huge wave of, like, I just don't feel like doing it. Like, not because I don't want to read the energy, not, like, it just, I got tired. Like, it just hit me as soon as I stepped into the pile. So this person's exhausted. I don't know what they're doing or how, but like, they are tired, okay? We got aspiration when I split the deck, okay? For this person, maybe they have things they aspire to that they're working towards, but this person is tired, okay? So tell me about my pile 4. What's the crush thinking, feeling, next move, please? There's 2. Just slip right in. So very clear, very clean, distinct thoughts, okay? Like, this person's very clear about what they think of you. So pride and strength. Yeah, they like you a lot. They think very highly of you. That aspiration energy is probably like how they see you, right? Like they see you, like when they see you, or just when they think of you, they have a lot of pride and a lot of strength. So yeah, some of you, this person actually, like, they kind of feel like they want to be a little more like you in some ways. So that's good. We got thoughtfulness. This person is actually thinking. This is a person that's very much thinking of you a lot. This is someone that's very thoughtful. But they're thinking a lot when it comes to pride, when it comes to strength, and the aspiration card that I reference, okay? So let me see. Some of you, this is someone that's trying to gain their strength, okay? Some of you, this person has a lot of pride and they don't want you to know that they're like, because strength could be like weakness when we talk about pride and thoughtfulness. And I got that huge wave of exhaustion. So it just depends on who you're asking about. Because I got like I'm honest with you, like, I could take a nap right in this moment because of the energy I've stepped in for this pile. Whew. All right. Pile 4. Tell me about this Kaleidoscope Latte. What is your crush thinking? What are they feeling? What's their next move, please? Okay, 2. King of Swords. I mentioned clear, clean energy. So this is a person's very clear. Like they feel like they are clear. They feel like they've been clear. I'm realizing pride, strength, thoughtfulness this is someone that's like, I've been as clear as I can be with pile 4, especially when we talk about Ace of Cups and an interest, okay? That's where we are. Some of you, this could be someone that's just realizing you're interested in them. There's a certain group of you where that's a thing, okay? Got the Justice card here. Seven of Pentacles. I'll take it. Look at you. Seven of Pentacles is like a harvest, right? Like it feels like someone that feels like, if anything, it feels like someone that's like, you know what, when I finish doing the things that I'm doing, then I can prioritize pile 4. Because I got a wave of exhaustion. I did, okay? King of Swords, Ace of Cups is like, I'm really passionate about this thing and I need to see it through with the Justice. Justice is Libra energy, rules 7th house of all of your contracts, your business deals, all of your relationships on paper. Like it's just everything that, like, you know, you're responsible for in a relationship sense, right? Legally, because it rules legalities in court and things like that as well. So like this person seems to be managing their her contractual obligations, but it just feels like someone that just has a lot of priorities when we talk about the Seven of Pentacles that they have to follow through, and it's creating a bit of exhaustion even though they're thinking of you a lot. Okay, let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 4. What's this Kaleidoscope Latte? What is the crush thinking, feeling, potential, next move, please? All right. I don't know that I've gotten a love reading like this before. I get like some of the non-love readings are a little heavy when you guys step in, and I feel it, like I can feel the exhaustion, but like this is a person that is tired, okay? Yeah, waning moon. What do you need to release? Someone that's winding down. Like I'm telling you, like be mindful, because it could be someone truly losing strength, because we got what do you need to release, like it's clearing. It could be clearing energy. I accidentally said that, but like winding down. We got nothing will come of the situation. I heard the words beating a dead horse. Like I don't know what they're doing or what's going on with them. And some of you, this person is actually having to release something that's just not even, like it's just not going anywhere. Like when we talk about like relationships, when we talk about all the things ruled by that Justice card, when we talk about just anything that you have, like having a strong sense of pride when it comes to certain things, and just really reflecting on like releasing something that's not like. So I'm just trying to think of where you fall here. Let me see. Tell me more about the shadow side of this pile. Is someone like that's really like avoiding the fact that it's not working, if that makes sense. Because I can see that as well. Like someone that's really just avoiding the fact that it's just not working. Even though like they think about it, like, no, this is gonna work, this is what I want, even though it just genuinely does not. That happens sometimes, right? Where there's an incompatibility, where it is not that you're not interested or that you're not trying to be together. It's just like, I get a vibe of like conflicting paths, right? That can be a thing. We got house 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details. Some of you, this person's prioritizing their health, their wellness, their routine, just their day-to-day obligations. We referenced that here, right? Figuring out where you fit into that, if you fit into that. We've got Gemini energy of curiosity, intellect, and networking, communication, conversations, lots of conversations. I'm gonna pull from this love deck, because you know what, I'm telling you, it just feels, you know, if anything, this feels more like a why. I mean, I guess if there's distance, or yeah, because nothing will come to situation. I mean, I guess there's why with that. Like this person seems to be prioritizing other areas that really need their focus because they feel exhausted. Like I feel the tired. I need you to know I feel the tired. Okay, especially when we talk about like health and wellness. Like it could be a thing as well, because sometimes I every now and then I mention these piles, like y'all ask about these people. I don't say that aggressively. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you're like, okay, tell me about my crush and what they're thinking of me. And it's like, not that they're not, like, right, yeah, self-indulgence, prioritizing themselves. It's not that they're not interested in you or that they don't like you. Like, sometimes, like, the world is crazy. People are, like, going through it. Like, this person might be going through it, you know? And just not in a space to be prioritizing you or even thinking of you because of, you know, how things happen. So what is this incoming energy of wedding rings? Union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. So, I mean, you fit in. We got wedding rings. This person's thinking of like long term with you. We've got the butterfly, evolving in growth, next phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. So this person seems to be clearing energy when it's, what do you need to release? Like things that are holding them back from progressing in all the areas of life that they'd like to like be successful, including romantic connections, if that makes sense. They seem to be transforming into the version of themselves they feel like is the version of themselves that will settle down with a family, get married, if that's not something that's happened. Because wedding rings feels like someone that's trying to set themselves up to get married, because the Justice card rules marriage, right? We got a King of Swords that's like really feeling good about something, and an Ace of Cups, like really interested in a marriage partner and sees a potential there and is thinking a lot about it. But it just seems like there's some things, maybe daily habits, routines, and things like that that need to change, right? What do you need to release, or it's not going to go anywhere? That seems okay. We got it. We got it. Yes, we did. All right, we'll straighten that up. Let's clear that up, right? Let me get these other love decks. We'll close it out. That seems to be where this person's head is. Like, what do I need to do to be prepared for the type of relationship I'm going to want to have with pile 4, or that I'm stepping into with pile 4, depending on the level of connection, right? Give me more. Something about the spring. My pile 4. Past life. There may be a past life connection or unfinished business with this person. Hey, what do you need to release? Nothing will, like not being able to release it. Yeah, this is someone that feels pretty stuck on you. I got it. Because at first I was like, I can't find where you fit. This person's got a lot going on. They do. They're exhausted and they got so much going on. But you're there. You're there. You're definitely there with the Ace of Cups and the Justice. Like, they see you as something serious. That's probably why I couldn't see you beyond all this other serious stuff. Like, they see you as just as serious as this other stuff, okay? Because, like, not being able to let it go. Pride won't let them let it go, okay? We got the unfinished business card with past lives, okay? So I don't know what that is, okay? But we got building a future. Hey, 7 of Pentacles is that. Justice, especially with Justice. Building a future. House 6 is day to day. It says this one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. There's not a lot of emotions on the table, right? There's Ace of Cups, which is an interest. This person seems to have decided, like, okay, pile 4 is the type of person that I categorize in my I would marry group, right? Like, if I get to know them, we're compatible, or as I continue to get to know them and we progress, like, this is the type of partner I want. Okay, we talk about marriage. So this person prioritizing building a future, which everything that falls into that category, right? And it's funny because I'm only 11 minutes in. This is the shortest pile already. I only got 2 decks before your advice, but this person's like, nope, I know what I want with pile 4, and it doesn't have to be at the forefront. I even hear the words, it's not at the forefront of my mind, because I'm certain already. Like, you think, like, this person seems to be like, you know what, when it comes to pile 4, you ruminate on things you have questions about. Oh, that's it. This person's like, I don't need to do all this thinking about pile 4. I know what it is and where I want to go and where we stand. You ruminate where you have questions, where you're uncertain, where you need to figure things out. I'm clear. King of Swords, Ace of Cups, Justice, 7 of Pentacles. Like, harvest, wedding, this is a person I could have all that with. The end. Let me prioritize all of the other things. Let me ruminate in all the other areas that may be negatively impacting that, if that makes sense. Okay. It got clearer as I peeled through the stuff, because again, all of this person's exhaustion and stuff came through first. So if this is someone you're dealing with and in contact with, definitely check on them and make sure they take breaks, because this does not feel like someone that takes breaks at all. Or even if they do take breaks, they just feel run down. They feel run down, they feel exhausted, and like they're taking on too much. Tell me about my pile 4, please. Hey, what did I tell you? This is a maturing energy of wedding. Wedding rings. Justice rules weddings. 7 of Pentacles is that harvest. Got unfinished business, we got a wedding. So I mean, you don't need to ruminate where you're sure. That's where this person's head is. Okay, like this, I'm not saying this person doesn't ruminate. I actually get that they do, but they're not ruminating on you. They don't like. It's like so dark and lovely at the same time. It's like it's a beautiful like curse. The one thing this person seems sure of is you. Where that makes sense, like where that intensity makes sense. Okay, because it feels like a lot of chaos and exhaustion around everything else. All right, we got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And in clearing all of that up, it's creating the space for where they want to go, right? Because making the effort is the next move. Making the effort, doing the things that need to be done, grounding, stabilizing in a way that makes sense for a future with a partner. Okay? Especially if they're not feeling like they're quite there yet, okay? All right. This is my last deck, and I will get you your advice regarding this person. So give me my last message regarding what my Power Force crush is thinking, feeling, and the next move. It's going to be very decisive, especially when we're talking about somebody that there's distance. Okay, it's going to be very decisive, the next move. So tell me what this person is thinking, feeling, next move towards my Power 4. Do you remember memories, past lives, karmic, soulmates, reminiscing, past life energy? That's that unfinished business here. Releasing the past, releasing. So obviously my shadow is closing the cycle and looking ahead to what's actually going to make sense for them and the future they want, the family they want. We've got a lot of indicators of weddings, and obviously the shadow is accepting that that this is not going anywhere and that this doesn't make any sense, especially where we have distance, right? And they're going to apply their effort where they feel like it makes most sense, right? Again, like what connection is actually going to make sense for them. Some of you, this person may actually have options where that do make sense. I hate saying that, but because I don't even know why I'm using those words, right? If anything, this person would be like, let me stop wasting time here because it doesn't make sense. Then I can start looking ahead to what's going to make sense for me, right? Because it feels like in the worst sense, someone that's recognizing what is not going to work in a connection for them, like where things don't make sense. Now, my lighter side is someone's like, yeah, this is exactly what I want, but I'm living in chaos in other areas. I don't have time day to day for myself, much less another person, and let me figure this out, okay? And that's what we've got, okay? Yeah, we got manifesting, deja vu, patience, and blissful with the in your dreams. This is someone that actively thinks of you at night, especially in a worse sense that keeps them up at night, but on the lighter sense, it's like, yeah, no, this is my person. I'm excited. Let me get my life together, because it feels like someone that needs to get their life together, right? I'm excited because this is the shortest pile. All right, my pile number 4, please give me my advice for my pile 4 regarding their crush. What advice do we need to give this pile 4 regarding their crush or partner, since we got all this wedding, right? All right. Manifesting, patience, deja vu, blissful in your dreams. We got courage. So be courageous. Some of you do need to be courageous in pursuing what you want. And we've got finding love. Yeah, be courageous when it comes to finding love. And that is a good dual meaning. So those of you where we're talking about that shadow where it just genuinely doesn't work. Like, I hate it because sometimes it's like people want to be together. They work really well, like as people. But again, different life paths, different goals, different dreams. One wants kids, one doesn't. Like, it just doesn't make sense on paper beyond, like when you sit down and start writing down what you all want in the future, right? So you have to be courageous and find the love that actually makes sense for you, right? In the most shadow sense. Now, the lighter side is be courageous towards this love as this person, like, and you can engage them because it feels like this person's got a lot on their plate. So if they are that busy and you are in contact, like, you can check in with them, make sure that they know you support them as well, right? Like, you can be brave, you can engage them when we talk about finding love, okay? Because it feels like this is the pile of needing to know you can engage you can initiate. Because manifesting is initiate, okay? In the lightest sense, okay? But be courageous in finding the love you desire, okay? Because it seems like that's what this person's doing, for better or for worse, okay? So that is all I have for you today, my pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.